What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Nikki6 from NikkiJoMazing.com.
JoJo from JoJo'sBlock.com.
Cass. And Melissa from YoungMcFly. Bringing you another episode of
NikkiJoMazing!
And today we got YoungMcFly on the show. Woo! Welcome, YoungMcFly.
Walking in, strolling in.
Welcome to NikkiJoMazing.
Thank you for coming. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you guys.
We're actually in your recording studio. So
Yeah.
thank you for having us.
Appreciate you.
So, YoungMcFly, I want you to be specific with our audience and let them know who you are and what you exactly do.
Alright, well, my name is YoungMcFly. I'm originally from Washington, D.C. Been down here in South Florida for a few years now. I'm an artist. I produce, I rap, engineer.
So YoungMcFly, you and I have known each other for a little bit now.
Yes.
And I think when I first met you, it was through one of our mutual friends, Krista, DJ MK. Shout out to MK. And Word Crush Movement as well. And we were actually, I was there for Re-Up Radio with Saheed and Heron.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of how we met. And ironically, one of my favorite tracks that you've done is a track with Saheed and Heron. And it's called 96 Act Flow, I believe.
Yes.
Shit goes hard. Check it out on SoundCloud. So,
track.
just tell us about the production of that track in specific and how you linked up with Saheed and Heron for that.
Alright, well, I've known Saheed and Heron for a while now, you know, just through the circles and doing music and, you know, just being out here. And I knew when I found the sample for that track, I already knew I was going to cut it up and chop it up and be on some real, like, old school hip hop and give it that feel.
Mm-hmm.
So I chopped it up, made the beat. I'm sitting back listening to it. I'm like, damn, this is hard. What am I gonna do with this? I didn't know what to do at first. So then I started writing, and the first thing that came to my head was, it's that 96 act flow. I'm like, all right, so what am I gonna do? And I just kept writing from it, boom, 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 boom. So I'm like, all right, damn, this is dope. And I didn't have a hook for it. So then I hit John the Barber and I hit Saheed up.
Mm-hmm.
And sent them the
Perfect
track.
on that beat. Perfect on that beat.
Sent them the track, and you know they did what they did on it. Still didn't have the hook. I was like, dang, now what am I gonna do? I'm like, this
Mission. I'm trying to
I'm
find the
sitting
hook.
back, I'm listening to it. I'm like, this is hard, but it needs something. And then I'm like, Eureka! DJ Heron.
Straight up.
Sent it to him, and he did a scratching on it, and here we are.
Love those scratches.
He's not a scratching.
Absolutely. Shout out to Saheed and Heron.
Yeah, shout out to you
Most
guys.
definitely, shout out to you guys.
So you've actually been working with a lot of artists in South Florida, and I know most recently you've been working with Webbs.
Yes.
And there are so many dope tracks out there right now. I had to actually catch up, do my homework on SoundCloud, so make sure you check out YoungMcFly on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
And I think Pebble Beach stood out to me with Dash's Clay, Make a Way featuring Cameron, which is epic. And one particularly that I happen to enjoy is one, I believe it's called Freak, or
Yeah, it's called Freak.
Only One Thing I Want to Do Is Freak You is a line that is featured on that sample, and it's amazing. That's like one of my favorite Little Kim tracks. So tell us about, you know, working with Webbs and if there's more to come from this collaboration with y'all too.
Oh yeah, well, Freak was actually the first song that I did with Webbs. I did that beat a while ago, and I don't know, you know, those samples that I use on there are just classic lines that I always love and I always listen to. Mm-hmm. And so I sent him the beat, and he murdered it with his, you know, made the dope concept of Freak. And then from there, we send the songs back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And we really, one day I was just sitting back and I was like, man, we need to do an EP together. We have all these tracks. Mm-hmm. He's like, dang, that's a good idea. So now we're working on Medicinal. And it's coming out in a few, like probably next month. The tracks are done, they're getting mixed right now, we're shooting videos for it, so be on the lookout for that. And you know, working with Webbs is dope because our styles pretty much match each other. It's like an up north and a down south, like collaboration.
So you recently released the Late Night Turn Up with South Florida artists like J Nix, Press B, Little Champ. Is there any more projects you have working with them or other South Florida artists as well? Is there anything in the works?
With Press P, we have an EP coming out also. It's called 305 Degrees in the Sunshine.
Nice.
Wow.
I'm working with J Nix on a bunch of stuff. Fresh James, We have some stuff coming out.
Just
Gotta sound crazy.
So-
Most definitely.
And besides that, we have a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Just trying to put on and collab everybody together that's down here in Miami and South Florida. That way we
South Florida Unity, yo.
That's dope, though.
It's the
I
only way
like
we're really
that.
gonna
Yeah,
you know,
home team.
make it happen. You see all the other cities like California and Houston.
Yes.
You know, everybody's coming together, so we don't have to do it to make it happen. And we're on the road.
So, when it becomes the producer side of you, what influences you when it comes to making a beat?
It's a lot of things that come to play. You see, I have all these inspirational toys around me here.
Yeah. Dope collection.
Yeah, they definitely give me a lot of energy, my little army. I have records galore, you know.
The treasure.
I'm always on YouTube looking at old stuff. I usually take a lot of references from older things because that's when a lot of it was really classic and a lot of soul was brought to the game. I like to put soul into my music because that's usually the timeless music that we hear. We always go back to.
Yes.
Yeah,
You're
that's awesome.
Classics.
Oh, you created a lot of music with Angelique Stars. She's definitely only one of the few female artists you've worked with. Actually, I think she's one of the only few artists here in So Flow as we speak. But what makes Angelique stand out to you more than just, well, she stands out as a female artist, but what makes her stand out as an artist overall, in general?
Angelique is a musical genius. When I first met her and I heard her on the Pitbull song.
Oh yeah, I love that
Oh
song.
yeah,
It's
it's
for
raindrops.
album, right?
Yeah, I was
The
like,
raindrops.
"What
That was a
is this?"
jam. Yes.
I had to go and do some research, and then from there, you know, we gained a friendship and started working together. But she's a musical genius, really. Like, she sings, she raps, she plays instruments, she can do whatever. You know what I'm saying?
And she has a whole star, like,
She has a presence.
Shout out to Angelique.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Angelique
Angelique.
Stars.
Yes. So she's gonna get her due too. Like, she's.
Yeah.
She works hard. She works hard.
She definitely works hard. And she got it.
Yeah.
So speaking of stars,
Nice segue, DJ.
I was waiting for that. You haven't done that.
I brought it back. So you've worked with Cameron, Black Rob, Joe Budden, Webbs, Iceberg, and J Nix.
Nice.
So what has been the highlight of your career and like working with these artists, and what are you looking forward to the future?
The highlight of my career definitely has to be working with Cameron. That's
Epic.
Ooh, yes.
that's pretty epic for me.
Yeah.
Like I grew up on. Let me check on the bucket list.
Yes. Shout out to Camera.
Yeah,
Shout out to Cameron. You haven't seen this. NikkiJoMazing supports you.
And shout out to Webbs for making that happen also.
Shout out to Webbs.
Yes.
That was definitely a dope highlight. Also, I would say the Joe Budden was pretty dope also because I grew up listening to Joe Budden and the way I got it was kind of weird. It was crazy. It was on some new wave like way. It wasn't me sending records to him like that. Like I saw him on YouTube or on Ustream when he was doing Joe Budden
I
TV.
remember that.
Yeah.
And this is back. And he was sitting in the studio and he was like, "Man, these beats suck. And I'm just sitting there like, "Man, I know I have it." I'm like, "I'm not gonna send this stuff to him." And then he's like, "Yo, these beats suck. I gotta send me some. I'm like, "All right, forget it. I'm just gonna send him some." So I send it to him. 2 seconds later, they're here playing the beat. I'm like, he's like, "Oh yeah, that's that." He tells his manager, "Call him. I need that beat." I'm like, it's on Ustream. I'm like, "What's going on right now?" It's like crazy.
Wow, that's unbelievable. That's dope.
I'm super excited right now. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was jumping around the house and everything. It was crazy.
Yeah. Well, speaking of all this hot music, damn. Can you play us or like a mix or something for us right now?
Yes, I can definitely do that. So yeah, this is a beat I did right here for Webbs. It's called Pre-Rolling, the song. It's on Medicinal and it's featuring Prez P.
Nice.
Yay!
So drop that beat. I love this though. This is like behind the scenes of the producer.
Yeah.
Freaking awesome.
So
You
with that
think you
beat,
know,
with that
but
beat
you
that
have
you
no
just
idea.
played, like what type of inspiration gave you that? Like what inspired you to do that?
What inspired me to do that beat, I was going through samples. Well, actually, I was telling you earlier how I was listening to how I always go back to the old school artists,
Yeah.
usually
Yeah.
trying to get inspiration.
Yeah.
I just was in a R. Kelly moment.
I was waiting that. I definitely hear that immediately.
Yeah, so I was on YouTube looking at R. Kelly. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh man. And then I just was going back to my old R. Kelly albums that I
That's so
had, just had
perfect.
it playing, and I heard that, and I was like, oh, man,
shit.
that's what I
Yeah.
need right there. And then chopped it up, did what I did to it. And,
R. Kelly, if you want this beat, call YoungMcFly.
Alright, this right here is a beat I did for Prez P. It's gonna be on his album, the 305 Degrees, the Sunshine album. It's featuring Fresh James. I was gonna play you the beat though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, cool.
But here we go.
I like it already. I like it already.
I'm already like, I'm looking at you now. I'm like,
Nice.
you know what flow that gives me? The big trick though.
Yeah.
I love big tricks.
Awesome.
Wow. Thank you, McFly, for being on the show.
Yes.
Thanks for having me.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
And how can our viewers stay connected to you now and your music?
Everybody, please, at YoungMcFly everything. Spelled
Yes.
regular, YOUNGMCFLY.
You heard it.
And on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, SoundCloud, anything, Tumblr.
YoungMcFly.
YoungMcFly.
Amazing producer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
sure.
you so much.
Crazy.
I appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much.
And this was
Another episode of NikkiJoMazing.